Hey, my name is Eric Worrell and I work for RentPrep.com, and I'll explain in a minute why I'm wearing this ridiculous headband. But you're probably watching this video because you heard about us on the Bigger Pockets podcast. Heather Turner said some really nice things about us. She's been an awesome client. Her and Brandon have been running all of their background checks through RentPrep for about the last 5 years, and they've been a great asset to our business. They actually wrote up a nice write-up about us in the book on managing rental properties. And I want to give you a couple tips that I've learned from our community here at RentPrep on how to make it easier to screen tenants. You see, we have this Facebook group with over 8,000 landlords and property managers, and you'll see these kind of people wearing similar get-ups as well, because we send out some bandanas here and there just to be fun with it. But we get these awesome tips from people on how to make the screening process easier and more smooth for you as a landlord or property manager. So in this video, I want to give you 2 of those tips that you may not have heard of yet on how to reduce the tire kicker applicants. So those applicants that are sending you emails and they say things like, hey, I know you don't allow pets, but here's my situation. These little sentences inside of an email where you're just like, oh gosh, this isn't even gonna be worth my time. So what we wanna do is be able to introduce some of your tenant screening criteria earlier in the process, but automate how it's being shown to people interested in finding a rental. So why don't we hop into the computer and we're gonna go over this and show you exactly what you can do to start reducing the amount of tire kicker applicants for your rental listings. So let's get to it. So the first tip I want to give you comes from our tenant screening guide. You can see it here. This is a full course that is for free on our website that walks you through the entire tenant screening process. So what we're going to go to is advertising your rental, because you can do a really simple tweak on your rental listings to help reduce those tire kicker applicants. So let's scroll down a little bit and you're going to see an image here. We'll make it bigger on the screen. So this is kind of like your standard Zillow rental listing, right? But you can see this red arrow is pointing at this image here. It might be a little bit hard to see, but what you can do is take your standard criteria. So your stance on pets, smoking, income requirements, and you can make that an image that you add to the images of your rental listing. And we know that a lot of people will just look at the images and not read your copy. So if they're not reading your copy in the rental listing, they're not seeing your screening criteria. So take a screenshot or make a photo of your screening criteria for the property and make it the second photo in that rental listing. This is just adding one more way to kind of catch a couple tire kickers and just let them know, hey, this might not be the right property for you. A really great way to do that is to let people know that you run a background check. So you can do that at this stage of the process if you'd like. Of course, the more details and the more stringent you make it, the less applicants you're going to get. But if you're getting a ton of applicants, this is a really simple way to weed out more applicants by putting that photo in your rental listing. So this is the other tip I want to show you, and it involves using something called Google Forms. Google Forms is a free service that's part of the Google Drive suite. And if you're not familiar with that, it's just this free cloud storage service that Google provides. If you have a Gmail address, it is free. So if you don't have a Gmail address, get a Gmail address, and it's a good idea to have that for your rental property. And what this form does is it uses something called Logic. So I'll show you how it works. So you can send this and create a small link that you can add to all of your rental listings, or even when people email you, create an autoresponder that says, if you'd like to discuss this rental property further, please take our survey. And how this works is, let's say you have this first question. You want to make sure that they say they're going to answer the following questions honestly. Click yes. Now, if somebody says, if you have a no smoking policy, and they say, do you smoke? And they say yes, watch what happens. It says, you do not meet my minimum criteria, we're sorry, and just lets them know that they're not a good fit for the rental property. But if the person says no, they don't smoke, next. All right, it goes to the standard income question. I put it in $3,000 monthly rather than saying you must make 3 times the monthly rent. Really spell it out for them what your standard is on this. So please choose one of the following, and if they say yes, I do, they get to go to the next question that says, congratulations, you're going to be a good fit for this, and it can collect their information at this point. So you click submit, your response has been recorded. So I'll go back here. This is kind of what your survey looks like on the back end, and I'm going to send you a video if you enter your email that shows you exactly how to edit this. I'm going to give you a copy of this tenant screening survey for yourself, so you don't even have to start at square one. You'll get a copy of this that you can use, and if you go to responses, you get all of your responses kind of laid out. You can kind of see how they're answering the questions, and then you can go to individual responses, click through, And this is the one that I just answered. And if you'd like, this is really nice. You can click this button. It'll open it up in a spreadsheet, and you can see that, you know, I have my different test numbers in here. But this way you'll be able to see all of your interested applicants who have at least gone past your rental listing standards that you put into the photo on your rental listing, and now they have filled out this survey and they have said yes, or I do not smoke, I make at least this much income. So you can see how these questions will make it easy for you to see all your applicants in a spreadsheet, and this is before you ever talk to somebody on the phone or email them in person. So if you're interested in getting the copy of our pre-screening survey that you can use on Google Drive, and also the 20% discount off your first tenant screening with RentPrep, just enter your email and we will email you all these free resources. And I'll also throw in the password to get into our RentPrep for Landlords Facebook group, which is again 8,400 landlords and property managers all just kind of giving each other advice and letting each other know what's working in their areas and what's not working. And if you ever run into a pinch with a tenant, that's a great way to figure out that situation. So hopefully you found these videos helpful, and we look forward to emailing you all those free resources. Good luck and take care.